In this video we're going to look at using the Excel spreadsheet to design a rubric for TurnItIn. First thing you need to do is download the spreadsheet template. So from any course you can go to How To's and Tutorials, click on How To's and Tutorials link, and I'm just going to go down to the TurnItIn link, and under Rubric, any of these templates will do, the same one, so I'm just going to save that template. Now I've paused the video and I've opened up the template. So first thing I need to do is type in the standards. For example, and you'll note that in the template you don't put any of the numbers in. You'll do that when you import it into TurnItIn. Now if you need more columns than are provided, you can just do a copy and paste. So if I click and highlight that column, right click, copy, next column, right click, paste. So I could put in 2 extra columns. Right, I'm just going to pause the video and fill in the rest of those standard titles. I'm now going to complete the Criterion titles, so you've actually got 2 choices. You can just replace that title, for example. The limit with this is you can only have 13 characters, and that includes spaces. So for this one I'm going to just get rid of the Criterion description. The other option is just to leave it saying Criterion 1, Criterion 2 for the titles, and actually use the descriptions if you've got long titles. And just note there is a line between the title and the description, so don't delete that. And you can add more rows by doing copy and paste just like we did with the columns, but I don't want those extra ones, so I'm just going to delete them. And I can now fill in the descriptors, so I'm just going to pause and fill in the Criterion standard descriptors. I've now finished filling in the Criterion standard descriptors. Just note, because it's a spreadsheet, you can't have any breaks or paragraphs. It just has to be one paragraph and in each cell. I've now opened up my course again, so I just need to import the rubric. So I can edit my TurnItIn assignment, or I can do it when I set the TurnItIn assignment up. So I'm just going to go and edit this TurnItIn assignment. I'm going to need to scroll to the bottom and click on optional settings, and then scroll right to the bottom of that section. And as you can see, there's no rubric attached. I'm going to click on Launch Rubric Form Manager. And I'll just scroll up here, and I'm just going to click on this button in the top right and choose Import, and click on Select Files. And I'll just... Now as you can see, the import's finished. Now you may get a slightly different view than this if you're not using Chrome, but I'm just going to click on View. And this is where you can add in the marks. So by default, if I scroll to the bottom, you'll see it's a qualitative rubric with no marks. The other option is to have a custom rubric where you put in a mark per cell, but I'm going to do an example of a standard rubric, one that has percentage weighings for the criterion. So I'm just going to weigh these criteria, so I'll just make it 40 and 60, and I'll put a mark in for each column. Now you'll just see it's a bit fiddly. I'm just going to have to scroll to the bottom and scroll across. That's why it's easier to actually design your rubric in a spreadsheet. And I'll just make sure I've got them all. Yeah, oops. Now once you've done that, you can save your rubric and close. Now be careful at this point. The rubric is still not attached. You'll need to select it from the drop down list, and the last one you created will be at the bottom. And submit. And your rubric's now attached to your Turnitin assignment, and you'll be able to mark your students' work with it.